Tuesday.
Tuesdays.
Do you think I should repeat? Do you think I should repeat? Repeat. Repeat.
Tuesdays.
Oh man, not another day like last Tuesday.
Sunny Digital. Got the club going up on the Tuesday.
The big news.
News? What news?
Sorry.
What?
All right, but this is beyond news. This is like Pearl Harbor or the Kennedy assassination. It's like not even news, it's total shock.
Oh, come on, Jerry, please, 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 please.
Hello and welcome to this April 9th, Tuesday Newsday. Our learning goal should look the same as it has for many weeks. I'm happy to be back after a spring break for my favorite day of the week. Learning goal is to determine two or more central ideas of a text and analyze their development over the course of that text, including how they interact and build on one another. Our scale should look familiar. 4, 3, 2, 1. A 4 means that you can identify the central idea or ideas, the evidence that the author uses to prove his or her point, and how the ideas build on one another. A 3 means that you can identify the central ideas and the evidence that the author uses to prove his or her point, but you're not really looking at how those ideas build on one another. A 2 means that you can identify the central idea, but you're not really showing me evidence, and a 1 means that you're unsure of how to find the central idea. To receive a unit and a half of today's class, you must highlight or underline the main idea, circle the evidence that the author uses to support his or her point, and put a box around any other central ideas in the text. Of course, the 4 skills that we'll be working on today. Identifying the topic, which is different than the main idea. Remember that. The topic is different than the main idea. Summarizing the story in 10 to 12 words. Looking at the first and last sentences, because oftentimes those are recaps and introductions to what the main idea will be. And any repetition, repeated ideas. If the author is going to repeat something, they must think it is important. Our article today, taken from the Washington Post back on the 2nd of April, is OMG, News Team's Experiment in Teen Slang leaves viewers cringing. It begins like this. From behind the news desk at WTOL 11 in Toledo, Ohio, Tim Miller and Melissa Andrews smiled broadly at the camera. For the city's residents, the cheerful visual of the two longtime morning news anchors was nothing out of the ordinary. But then the pair started talking. Good morning, TPS students. It is testing week, and it's time to slay all day, Andrews said. Yeet, Miller chimed in. Stay woke, be on fleek, and get that Gucci breakfast. In the last week of March, all across Toledo, students had been sitting for mandatory state tests, a daunting activity that even the Toledo public school system acknowledges is often nerve-wracking. On March 27th, WTOL's morning news team apparently wanted to do its part to help students get through the week. The team's idea? A message of encouragement riddled with exaggerated teen slang that has since gone viral, prompting reactions ranging from utter shock to disdain. Amid the flurry of responses, WTOL removed the video from its Facebook page, but it was too late, as clips of the segment had been widely shared on Twitter, with one video totaling roughly 3 million views as of March 28th. Soon after, Toledo was trending with more than 16,000 mentions. During the course of the 30-second viral clip, Miller and Andrews, who were joined by meteorologist Chris Vickers and traffic reporter Stephen Jackson managed to get more than a dozen enthusiastic slang references. Goals, Andrews said in a response to Miller's Gucci breakfast tip. Say, bye Felicia, to that testing stress. Weather's gonna be turned, right, Chris? The camera flashed to Vickers. Yes, he said excitedly. Toledo weather going to be V-lit during testing week? A hundo P chance of success. You've got this, kids? I don't understand that one. For a traffic update, Vickers turned to Jackson. Are we looking occur? Vickers asked, rolling his R's to copy Grammy award-winning rapper Cardi B's pronunciation. Better than occur, Jackson said, his imitation rivaling Vickers. We're talking turnt. FOMO won't be an issue. No traffic problems around any TPS schools to keep you from taking those tests. But the WTOL team wasn't finished yet. Be extra, Miller advised students at the end of the clip, punctuating the slang with finger guns. Andrew added, we here at WTOL are proud of you? Viewers were shaken. Is this real? Veteran sportscaster Rich Eisen tweeted. April 1st? I feel like now is the perfect time to say, holy Toledo, what was that? Another person tweeted. Executives at the news station and the reporters involved did not respond to requests for comments late March 27th. On Twitter, WTOL sports director Jordan Strack, who did not participate in the segment, explained that the clip was intended for web only. It never hit the air, he wrote. Still, the video divided social media users into two camps, those who felt it was cursed content and others who thought the reporters deserved praise for their Oscar-worthy performances. Toledo is cancelled, several users tweeted. Another user called the video an indescribable amount of cringe. This is beyond stupid, Toledo, one person wrote. What idiot executive producer approved this? Embarrassment abounded. I don't know if I can ever show my face on this television station ever again, WTOL reporter John Monk tweeted. If you can watch this video without cringing, you officially win at life, another Twitter user wrote. Toledo's residents swiftly sought to distance themselves from the city. If anyone asks, I'm not from Toledo anymore, a user wrote. But for others, the video was, as Toledo Police Department described it, money. People also defended the WTOL reporters, arguing that they were just trying to help students. On March 27th, Andrews tweeted a photo of herself at a local elementary school where she and another anchor, Andrew Kinsey, went to greet students and wish them luck on their exams. Obviously, they are in on the joke and sounding ridiculous, so this gets a pass from me, one person tweeted. Personally, I think it's refreshing to see people enjoying their job and trying to make the news more interesting. Though Strack initially asked people to stop tweeting at him about the video, adding that he had no comment on the matter, he later stood up for his coworkers. God forbid a news station has fun to motivate kids who could really use it during test week, he wrote. I don't get all the hate. So here we are at the worksheet, identifying the topic. The topic is news anchors in Toledo. Shall always capitalize places. Tried to lighten the mood. Lighten, I should spell that correctly. Lighten the mood during test week for area students. But wait, is this maybe the main idea? Or is it identifying the topic? You decide where you want to put it. Summarizing the story. News anchors decided to put out we'll call it cringeworthy, video of themselves talking in modern teen slang to lighten the mood during testing week. The first and last sentence of the article are, first, from behind the news desk at WTOL 11 in Toledo, Ohio, Tim Miller and Melissa Andrews smiled broadly at the camera. The last sentence is, God forbid a news station has fun to motivate kids who could really use it during test week, he wrote. I don't get all the hate. Repeated ideas. Definitely test the idea that it's test week in Ohio. Second, we'll call it the viral nature of the video. And then 3, that it was cringeworthy for many people, including coworkers. But it was, we'll say, but the intent was good. Turn that red. And now we're down to the main idea. Now, this up here says, news anchors in Toledo tried to lighten the mood during test week for area students. Is that the topic? Or is that the main idea? Let's take a look again quickly back at the title of the article. The headline of the article is, OMG, news team's experiment in teen slang leaves viewers cringing. Now, that doesn't say anything about, motivating kids during test week and this very stressful time as kids across the state take tests, state mandated tests like we have the MCAs. But that is essentially, we find out later on, what it was all about. Therefore, the main idea, ? Maybe that's what the main idea was. And the topic is that it's an experiment that wasn't well accepted or people thought was maybe humorous, but hard to watch. So that's the topic, because how they went about trying to motivate kids is the topic. But the fact that they were trying to motivate kids is the main idea. So there you have it. Thank you for listening in, and completing this in the vocab will give you a unit and a half. And as always, ciao for now.